Hey guys, so today what I'm going to do is I'm going to be turning myself into Kat Von D. Hopefully you can get somewhat of an idea with my look. I hopefully look somewhat like her. But yeah, basically this is going to be my NYX 2015 Face Awards entry, and it's going to be a Kat Von D sort of makeup inspired look slash transformation or Halloween costume, whichever you want to make it. But yeah, basically hopefully you guys enjoy it, and if you want to see how I get this and how I go from my blonde to this crazy dark hair, then stay tuned. So I already applied half my face, all my makeup on this side of my face. I basically applied it off camera just to speed up the process, and we're going to basically do a tutorial on this side. So it's going to be a talk through. Let's put on some lipstick just because I feel so weird talking with half the lipstick on. So what we're going to do is just use a pinky red lip, and then we're going to put a red lip gloss sort of on top of it. So just basically apply a lip color of your choice, or a lip product of your choice. So as you can see, this one's a little bit more pinky and matte, and it's still a red undertone, but it has pink underneath of it. So what I'm going to do is, to get the look that I'm going for from the image that I pulled up, I'm going to put on a red sort of liquid lipstick on top of that, just so that it blends easily. And basically that's it, applying lipstick. Easy, right? So now what we're going to do is I'm going to actually fill in my eyebrows, just because my eyebrows are, I don't know if you can see, but I started to fill them in, but I thought I should probably show you on camera just to get you guys doing the full-on tutorial. So I'm going to use NYX black eyeshadow, and it is a matte one, I believe. And I'm just going to use a regular a regular flat like square brush, and I'm just going to use that to sort of sculpt up my new eyebrows and lashes. There goes my phone. I'm trying to pull up the image so I can get my eyebrows looking somewhat as close as possible. This is going to be covering, so pretty much you just need to focus on the front portion of your brows. But yeah, so I'm just going to sort of fill them in. Kat Von D's eyebrows are not like mine. Mine are really light at the moment, and mine are a little bit shaped awkwardly. Hers are thin and very, very dark, and they kind of have a weird shape to them. They're kind of like really carved out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just use that NYX eyeshadow to build up color and distribute it on my brows. I'm using little small flicks to basically mimic hair and make it look a little bit more realistic. And my natural eyebrow stops right here. Hers is going to cut pretty short. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to flick it and kind of shorten it. And you could definitely put glue to your eyebrows and then concealer over it, just to basically eliminate your eyebrows. But since I'm going to be wearing the extensions, you can't tell once the hair blocks it. So I'm going to skip that step. If you have dark brows, you just basically can fill your brows in. Using a spoolie just to diffuse the color to make it look a little less harsh. And my finger to just kind of clean up the very front of it. So I feel like I'm okay with this sort of brow, so it looks somewhat similar. So I'm going to leave it like that, and I'm just going to kind of cover it up so that kind of goes with how her hair is in this picture as well. Then what we're going to do is we're actually going to use that same brush and that same eyeshadow, and we're just going to pick that color up, and we're actually going to apply it really close to your bottom lash line. And once you reach the bottom corner, the outer corner, you're kind of going to flick it up a little to create a wing, if that makes any sense. So we're just going really, really close to the bottom lash line. I'm going to grab some color. Hopefully I'm still in frame. I'm going to pick up some color from an eyeshadow palette. I'm just going to basically pick up a nude, and I'm going to pick up a matte nude, and then I'm going to pick up like a shimmery taupe color. And I'm just going to put that on my lid, and I'm going to work my way all the way up to where my brow bone would be. Since I kind of have my natural brows there, I'm just going to fake it. And then I'm picking up some of that taupey sort of champagne-y color, and I'm applying that on top. This is just going to set as a base to make it easier to blend out. That way, since we are doing such a dark smoky eye, it's not going to look so muddy. It's going to look a little bit more smoother. And then I'm going to grab another color. I need to grab a smaller brush, and this is just like a round brush, and I'm going to basically grab some brown shades and just kind of put that in the outer corner, basically just to create or sculpt out where the black's going to go. So I'm just doing that in my outer corner, moving it into my crease. And I'm just laying that down so that way it's a transition color, so that when I do the black, it doesn't look as harsh and it blends a lot more seamless. So you're just going to do that. Picking up more of a dark brown, almost black, but still in the brown family, and adding that. I'm basically just building color. It seems tedious, but it's going to help make the process or the outcome look better. So just blend, 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 baby, blend. So yeah, so it's already getting darker, as you can see. And then I'm just going to go in with a little bit of black from that same eyeshadow from NYX. And we're going to kind of pop that in the outer corner and basically drag it in a little. And we're creating a very smoky eye. I need to pick up another brush. Where is my fluffy brush? Here you are. So we're just taking a fluffy brush with no product, no dark product. It has light product, and we're just going to diffuse. We're going to go back in with the black, a little bit more black. Blend, blend, blend. So I think I'm pretty okay with the outcome from that. Now what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to use another nudie shimmery beige shadow, and I'm going to pop that on the middle inner corner just to bring back any color that we might have lost while we packed on that dark color. And then blend out a little more. And now what we're going to do is we're actually going to pop on some lashes. So I'm going to just use my favorite lashes, and this is what they look like. They're super easy to apply. And I'm going to pop on some glue. So we're just going to do that. Hopefully we can get this. This is somewhat of a fail. I'm just going to let them get tacky on my eye. So kind of like that. I'm going to add a little bit more drama to the bottom lash line just because I feel like this one's a little more intense. And then I'm going to actually use a kohl liner in black just to line my waterline, because she does have her waterline lined in the image that I got. So I'm just going to use black liquid liner, and I'm going to make a little slight flip. Now what we're going to do is we're actually going to sculpt our face, and we're going to use a contour palette, and we're going to use the lighter shades just because I am going for the skin that I have is pale and I do want it to look like a contour, but I don't want to look super dramatic. She has a slight contour on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to contour the cheeks. She has more of a square face, so it's going to be a little different than mine, oval. Usually you contour to make it a little slimmer. I'm going to try to make mine look a little wider. So I'm bringing the contour down a little lower than I normally would. And I'm just going to bring it up a little to give me that more, and I'm bringing it more towards this area of my face just because Kat Von D's face is slightly more squared than mine. Use this blush with a brush, and we're going to just apply it generously to the front of our cheeks. That big brush again and just blend it out so that it's seamless. Look, we need to add just a little bit of illuminator. This is really sparkly, but I feel like it just ties the look in together. Let me turn off this light, maybe it makes it a little easier to see me. But I'm just going to apply that on tops of your apples of your cheeks, and it's just going to give you a really nice glow. I'm bringing that down. This is the finished look. Basically, I just popped on some extensions. If you have darker hair, you can just use your darker hair. I have my blonde hair peeking through because in the image she does have streaks peeking through. Adjust it to how you like. She has really messy, effortless hair, and yeah. So this is my take on Kat Von D. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.